Good evening to the keynote speech, How to Train Future XR Professionals, Lessons Learned from the VRinSight Project and Training Program. My name is Carsten Domann, and I'm happy to guide you through our experience, what we made in this Erasmus Plus co-finance program in the last 2 years. What was the goal? What was the aim of this project? The aim was to bring virtual reality to non-experienced persons who are working in higher education, mostly in non-technical fields and management education, as well as to small and medium-sized enterprises which wants to hire and experienced managers in the future, or people which can help them to implement these technologies. I have here listed a short agenda and also some, let me say, main results, what we made. The big question was how to start. The big question was where to start, how to speed up or to implement iterative steps in this implementation process, what kind of steps should be followed in the implementation in practice, and at the end we want to give a short outlook for the future. We have developed here different modules, so-called training modules. Main idea was here to identify and to describe the current status of use of virtual reality in practice. We wanted to identify challenges, barriers, and opportunities, as well all of these absolute obstacles in higher education and small and medium-sized enterprises. Based on standard procedures in scientific research or in field studies, we round out here different modules or programs. The core idea was also to establish a training program, a linear training program, which can be made in a virtual world, parallel with a theoretical concept of learning steps in the real world. So that's what we can see here in this picture. In the middle, the virtual world with different classrooms, and also the different letters and pictures here on the ground as theoretical models. We started with an unboxing. We started with connecting the glasses or the hardware equipment. We helped the users to go into the real virtual world. We listened here to the experiences, what they made, and we invited the users also to do something in the virtual world here, especially in our case in the shop floor, to maintain an engine, for instance. And we also measured here the time, how long the people hold out in the virtual world. And an interesting aspect, what we figured out, after the first classroom, after going through the first experience, most of the people were overwhelmed, totally overwhelmed, and most of them were not able to do something with their handhelds. They couldn't maintenance the engine, they couldn't do anything in this virtual environment. They were totally overwhelmed. And that gave us here some new input to reorganize the whole modules and also the software program, the virtual classroom, the virtual theater, what we divided and what we developed by our own. I have also here collected on the left side some pictures which give some impressions about our preparation phases and also our pilots, what we made at the end of the project this summer during the COVID-19 crisis. And we figured out everything must become a little bit easier. As a side loads, that's nowadays a little bit too complicated. It must be easier. We have also learned from our students which we have invited, how inspireful they are at the end to give us also new ideas to implement in our software. I would say also less is more. That's a standard aspect or a standard conclusion what we can learn from this training module and phase. It's absolutely necessary to listen to the target group, to the customers. Each different sections and disciplines of professors and high school teachers, higher education teachers, and also managers of SMEs, they have different aspects how to use it. And also this learns or helps us to implement much more easier. Us as providers, as service and hardware providers, it helps us to implement easier at the end the final solutions. First conclusion is here, what we can see also in the parallel video, which is running here on the side. Everything is limited to the basics. Yeah, there are no complicated, hidden or tricky tasks inside of this classroom. It's easy to go through. It's easy to identify the different ways what you can use your different colors, like in a museum. And also what we have learned, the users are able to imagine very quickly, very fast, after the first use of Google, what kind of opportunities are in their individual business fields to use virtual reality glasses or like kinds of softwares. And that's also our recommendation to the software industry and also to hardware manufacturers. Reduce your marketing, come to a point, do not explain the features. That's interesting, but the first thing is listen to the target groups and then implement on an easy way the features, the requested features from the target groups. Sounds easy, but it isn't what we have learned here in our experience. That's, by the way, the third version of our software model. So, second conclusion, yeah, I have divided this in 3 groups: reality, future, and possibilities. What I mentioned before, after viewing the first time virtual reality glasses, the users, the people are inspired, they have bigger ideas, they have first ideas what could be implemented in their specific field. And this leads also to the future, to the challenge, to find a balance between the discussed points, what could be implemented, and also with the points what should be offered by hardware and software providers. And I would say also the hardware prices are going down, but we have here a lack in available interfaces. And also the content and the free available libraries, that's at the moment a little bit limited, but we can also say the time is ready. There are a lot of possibilities available, and I would say also by implementing, by providing and offering software and hardware solutions, you should give to the target group reachable horizons. Yeah, by entering a virtual room, it should be easy. It should be easy to find a way, and it should be easy also to get out at the end, and also maybe just to restart if something went wrong or whatever. And the opportunity is given to all fields in management and business and also in education. I think there are no obstacles anymore for using virtual reality. Third conclusion is it is time, what I mentioned before. It should be the implementation process in invitation of end users should be slow, but you should go steady forward, and you should be definitely focused to the different target groups. Please stay away from the image of an entertainment industry aspect. Every kind of virtual reality software should be a little bit game oriented, but it should be at the end not a game itself. Yeah, also avoid a tricky task or everything. You can find a lot of these results, what we have published nowadays on our VRinsight.org web page. We have here the surveys, we have the curriculum with the training programs, and we have also a huge green paper produced, which is now available and gives a lot of introductions and implications how to use virtual reality in the future. Yeah, final outlook. I would say management and skills are well provided in reality outside of the universities. It's necessary to exchange experiences within the user groups. It is necessary to implement and to provide better interfaces, yeah, on technical hardware components. It would be nice to have yeah, standards like MS Office or Adobe is offering. The usability must be much more similar, handling to smartphones and tablets. I think also voice commands will be here the next challenge and also the next technical level. It's absolutely uncomfortable to use the hand controllers and a virtual keyboard to give the commands to the technique. That's not state of the art anymore, I think. And yeah, the target groups are not caring about what kind of virtual reality can be used or should be used. Virtual reality, augmented reality, or mixed reality, everything is fine for them. And we have also here decided at the end to implement a new project to bring these ideas forward to a bigger audience, to a bigger group of interested persons, to the public. And that's called VRiNSight, the new project what we are running here at the FHM University in Berlin. And also we have learned that competitions are a good field or a good tool to bring the people on board. Here are our contact points, our contact, we are the contact point, my colleague and me. Here are our addresses. And last but not least, I want to inform you about our published challenge, a software challenge. We are interested here to collect new ideas from all over of Europe, from companies and also from students. We have different deadlines. Everything you can check out on our VRiNSight's web platform and the internet. And now, we are staying here ready to ask you questions. Thank you for listening to me. Goodbye.